Okay, so Heidegger is an interesting philosopher from the 40s, but he has this idea of chatter that I think is really interesting for discussion, which is essentially how a lot of times when people have like philosophical and idea wrestling conversations, they use the same word, but they have different meanings for those words. And so then the whole conversation is just essentially garbage. That's what he calls like idle chatter. And so I'm curious if what you'd be willing to do for this conversation is if we could make sure that we agree on what we mean by certain words so that we can actually talk about the ideas underneath them and hopefully come to a better understanding of everything.
What are the words you would like specified or
probably for
clarified on?
this conversation, we should talk about patriarchy and feminism. Those seem like the most obvious things to define. And then after that, just if we come to a word that we keep both using, it would probably just be useful to define it and make sure that we agree to what we're talking about, if that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to start with your definitions and then Jay can give his?
Sure. So,
see where you guys agree.
Yeah, I'm curious. So patriarchy, I would define it as a hierarchical structure where men monopolize soft and hard power.
I think that they have authority. I wouldn't say it's a monopoly on power because women can have a degree of influence and power in society, but it's under the headship of a man. So, for example, a job.